the the Grizzlies and the Jazz. You ain't. The Grizzlies are in red. The Jazz are in white. It is our second of 3 camp games put back in. So, Ty, I mean, just now joining you for the day, I mean, what have you seen, man, in the camp? I know you've been able – I'm stuck on one court. You get to go around out of the way. But, you know, what have you seen so far?
It's been a lot of talented guys here. We talked a little bit about this morning about Cruz and how he showed out yesterday. It's been a lot of good guys here. I mean, I'm really impressed with just the IQ of a lot of the players here, especially given their age, you know, how young they are.
14 years old. There's a big boy at second chance rebound. Shai Odom. He's one of the names that we need to keep an eye on. Shai Odom with that hoop. Boston, Massachusetts. Again, the Boston area, Dorchester, really, really beginning to put players in. Here's Dylan Williamson with the drive, and he gives it over off to Nagana, and there he is. That's who we were talking about earlier, Scottsdale, Arizona. They come from everywhere. Underneath, slow start to this one, though. Lid on the basket, rebound, outlet it. The Grizzlies will come up ahead and push it this way. Here's Devin Carney. Carney goes up off the window and scores his first field goal. Carney out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Team Durant, and will be going to Butler.
You know, follow up on what you said. The kid from Arizona is, I mean, that's one of the guys that really stood out to me yesterday. I mean, just given his size, how long he is, and the feel he has, I mean, you know, he'd be a kid that we're going to hear from some years from now.
Nice pass up, couldn't finish it. Right around the rim. There's some length out here on the floor right now between the Grizzlies and the Jazz. Indeed, goes up, float, hit the front iron, no good. He tried to get that score, Brian B.J. Edwards. Tennessee with a high volume amount of players. What's the advantage for you scouting-wise to see them before they've even played high school ball?
I mean, for me, it's all about kind of projecting where they can go a few years from now. I think it's huge to kind of get a feel. And just like I said, just kind of projecting. You know, a lot of times you kind of looking for finished products when you start talking about high schoolers, but now you get a chance to kind of sit back and think about what a coach would do and how he would tweak his skills and put them in the weight room and things of that nature. So, you know, seeing them at a young age, you get a chance to really think about how you would mold them into a better prospect.
Yeah, because the window and the ceiling is so high.
Oh, man.
It is so high.
For the majority of these guys here, their potential is through the roof.
Not even still growing. Is this your first CP3 camp?
It's my first one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm excited.
So were you kind of, I know you see a lot of basketball, but were you kind of actually in awe at the physical stature of some of the young men?
I was, because, you know, a lot of times you get caught up in watching the high school seniors and juniors, and so to scale it back and watch them at this young age, kind of forget that there's a lot of good, you know, good talented players at this young age group as well. And
I know you and I, we be in the gym a lot together. I mess with you. And I'm always talking 17U with you.
Right.
I rarely go see 16 and 15.
Right.
That's because I'm always come here. So I take notes and I put it away until you hit that 16 or 17U.
Exactly.
So it's just fun. It's fun how you do that. Because, I mean, look, I saw Cole Anthony come in here and do stuff. Wendell Moore, you heard about him.
Right.
MJ Walker, there's a float across the window. And I think this is your first one, but this is my 4th straight one.
Okay.
This may be the deepest one.
Really?
Shai Odom scores again. Yes, it's not as top heavy as last year was top heavy. This year it's deep. It is deep.
I'll tell you what, to speak on that a little bit more, I like the fact that they're subbing guys out, you know, after every 5 or 6 minutes.
Increments. Yeah.
And like you said, even guys that are coming in, you know, off the bench, you know, they look like starters. I mean, so that kind of speaks to what you mean as far as everybody on the court can have an impact in their own way.
Jacob Wallace, I always say the trick is in an event like this, run the floor. Big men running the floor. Deontay Green, there he is. Asheville, North Carolina, PSB Elite. Yes, sir, that PSB Nation really good. Shout out to Jackson Threadgill. But,
good move.
Nice, yes it was. That's 14 years old.
That's our kid from Arizona we're talking about.
That's 14 years old.
I don't think I'm going out on a limb by saying he's one of the most talented guys here, man.
Shadrach Naga. Very nice. But the point I was going to make, I'm impressed with Shai Odom right now as well. Put it on the floor. Here comes Griffin. Griffin got to his spot. Jumper no good. Long arms. 6'9". I think the wingspan, though, is massive. Nice layup off the window. Dylan Williamson out of Lanham, Maryland. But
know,
the point I was going to make, if I'm a player in this event, this is my competitive nature, I want to come off the bench. I don't want to start if they keep the even rotation.
Okay.
That means I finished the game.
I like that. I'm not mad at that at all. I'll tell you one thing I noticed about this camp that may be a little different than most.
Okay.
I think the big men actually get a chance to shine a little bit.
Yes.
That's what I've noticed. You talk about, the big kid from Arizona, he's not necessarily a post player, but given his size, he's one of the biggest guys out here. Shy Odom, Nix from B-Mays. I mean, there's a lot of guys that actually get a chance to touch the ball down at the block, which we both know. We've been to enough camps to know that that's not always the case.
You're right. Fagan with the nice pass in to Josh Sapp. Sapp out of Greenville, South Carolina, and will be at Greenville High School. There's a nice jump. Off, no good. And then just overall the experience, there's a couple players, floater goes in good. There's a couple players that you come in, you circle like, okay, look for this guy.
Absolutely.
But then all of a sudden, when you put them around like talent, you got to start looking for them. So how would they grow and develop from that? The experience, nice floater coming across the lane with the left hand. He went up high with it. That's Marquise Washington, and he's from that basketball area of Memphis. A steal by Willie Fagan. Fagan gives it back to Marquise. Marquise floats it up, no. And you got Gary, Indiana, and Memphis, Tennessee on the same team. You in trouble. Memphis East for Marquise Washington. Willie Fagan, Gary, Indiana, and Bowman High School, which Gary technically is a suburb of Chicago. Tulo.
Tell you what, I'm really looking forward to that All-Star game today. I think, like you said, once you dwindle down the numbers a little bit and you start seeing who's really who against like-minded, like-skilled, like-talent players, I mean, it could be really fun.
It is always fun. I always want them to change the rules when they get to the All-Star game because it is, you got 3 All-Star games, so you're going to take the top 60 out of 200 plus. That's really whittling down the field.
Right. No question.
16-10, the Grizzlies with the lead. I've been impressed with Shy Odom so far. Josh Sapp has looked nice. For the Jazz on the other side is Cedric Nagy, who is playing very well. Jacob Wallace and Jaden Higgins and Dylan Williamson also have a hoop. Joe Hilsman, Ty Young, the CP3 Rising Stars National Camp from the Greensboro Sportsplex in Greensboro, North Carolina. Glad that you are with us. The SUVTV.com. Ty does all of the great writing for Hoop Scene.
I gotta say, man, writing's a lot easier than what y'all do, man. Now that I'm on the other side of things, man,
it's a lot easier.
Writing is a lot easier than what y'all do, man. I'm telling you, this right here. Whew.
Now I'm gonna tell you what. I'd rather do this than write all day.
Man, I don't know. I had a lot of respect for y'all before I picked up the microphone, but now I don't know how y'all do it.
Oh, well, thank you for that wonderful compliment. I try to tell people, I interviewed 215 kids, 200, I think. And now I got to call all of them names. And they don't give me no break.
Oh, man.
No, I'm really saying that's a shot at Jeff. Jeff coming over here trying to play defense. And, oh, man, I had to mess with him. But then another thing is meeting the parents and talking to the parents. And the parents correcting you on the names, and then once they realize that your child gonna be on their court, they just start giving you the goods.
No question.
So it just makes it easy. I love my nights in the hotel room are fun. It's text, emails, and note taking.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think one thing to touch on you a little bit more. I mean, one thing is I've always noticed the prep work that you do going into this, and you talk to me as far as the writing aspect of it. What kind of things do you have to do going into a camp like this with this many players and this much talent?
Honestly, this is one of the camps where you can't over-prepare for it because they're 14.
Right.
There's not a lot out there on them outside of the local connection or people that know them. This is where you come and learn and see what they're able to do.
Right.
Who can handle the ball? Who can defend? Get that shot out of here. There's a float up, follow, no. And then you see separation. And the thing about it is I only get to see them one time when they rotate on my court. But the coaches don't rotate either. So they're seeing them just as much. And then they'll get in the boardroom at lunch and then they'll break it down.
Right.
The prep comes in media session, hanging around, talking with the mamas and the papas and the aunties and the family members. And then once they find out the games are being streamed, it's just naturally, well, you know, he did this and he did that. And I'll be like, okay, text that to me, you know, email it to me. I mean, that's how I get a lot of the stuff and build relationships. Now, I don't have the great relationships that you have from the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic, but, you know, that's how you do that. And then because everybody want to hear their name. Right. But then if there's something to go with them, in a camp like this, yeah. So, I mean, I look at the schedule. I go over the names multiple times. Parents come by and speak. Right. So, I mean, you know, that's kind of what you do. But in a setting like this, you let them show you what you can do. Like right here, Coach Flint. Now, this is Minnesota right here. Right here, Coach Flint. Now, this is Minnesota right here. She helps me out 3 years in a row. Coach Flint. And see, finally, I get her son in the final game. And he been hooping. Yeah. He been hooping. You done seen him. Yeah. 77. Oh, yeah. Holloman.
Really good player.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing I took away from what you just said is, in a lot of ways, a camp like this is a really good starting block for a lot of these guys.
Exactly.
I mean, they may have really good reputations.
Boom! He blew it on the dunk. Go ahead, Ty.
Ooh,
he got up there, though. Really I couldn't jump that high at 14.
No question. Me and you both. I think this is a really good starting block for a lot of these guys. I mean, like I said, they may have really good reputations where they come from, but this, you know, elevates them to a national stage. You know, people like you covering them and a lot of the other media outlets here. Like you said, this could really just elevate your name and your game, for that matter, to a whole nother level.
Sean Odom doing work. He made that look so fluid. He'll finish that in a year. Odom, short corner, good closeout defensively. Passing lane, shot up and a foul. He gets up Deontay Green. Green and Odom together, that could be a wicked combination.
It really could. I mean, I love camps like this when you've got matchups of Shai Odom and, you know, Samrique, the guy from Las Vegas Prospects. I mean, you don't get those type of matchups every day.
You do not. There's a drive and a foul. Good drive. Jacob Wallace out of Bath, Michigan. The Mitten representing. Let's shout out in. The Mitten representing. Let's shout out to all my folks in the Mitten. Arsimone. LBI. There's a steal. Oh, do it for the Mitten, brother. Layup. Oh, blew it off the rim. Oh, Jacob, I tried to give you some love. Put it back up and in and scores, though. Second chance opportunity. And then the thing about it, we talk about it, you got 4 years to play. You start off in a camp like this, you know you're going to be camping the rest of your time, travel ball, AAU. So it's like you said, it's the breaking ground. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to come with a comparison. Let their game play and dictate it from there.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing I've been really impressed with is the coaching as well.
Okay, yes.
You know, I think a lot of times, like you said, you all get caught up in the, you know, coaching the high school seniors and juniors. Sometimes, you know, you have to take a step back and allow some of these kids to make mistakes. You know, I've been really impressed with some of the speakers and as well as just the overall feel of the event.
You know, that's a great point too, because, you know, I'm so used to seeing elite level basketball. That's what we do here on SUV TV. Even though I get on the young men when they make mistakes, they're supposed to at 14.
100%.
Because the window is still very, very wide.
Yeah.
So out of the timeout, 20-16, the Grizzlies in the red, the Jazz in the white, the Grizzlies in possession, and they have the lead. So angling across is Carney. Carney shoots it right there to the middle. Deontay Green has it open. Right wing three. It is off. No good. Rebound comes off to the Jazz. They'll push it in transition. Here's Wallace. Wallace now stops. Pulls. The three. It is off. Badly missed. Cracked the glass. Rebound comes off. And the Grizzlies now. Both teams have struggled somewhat from the field in this contest. It hasn't been very fluid. Wells hits it in. This is their final game together. You'd think there would be a little bit more fluidity. Can't get the tip with Odom. On the break, Euro stepping up off the window. No, follow, yes. That's why you trail him. And the putback is in and scored by Brian BJ. But I think what is also unique to it, you're broken off into your teams. And then Saturday morning, that's drills and skills. And you're doing it with your team. Then you come out and you play. Sunday is position groups. So you're not with your team and then you get back. So the team element, so you're not absolutely unfamiliar with your team. Right. But then, you know, timing and playing and, you know, it's a showcase. Some people going to go get mines, but then, you know, I've seen the big men who rim run, their defense has changed offense, and then the good basketball players are rewarding them, which you should do.
Absolutely. That's got to be frustrating as a big man. I mean, you run up and down the court and not get rewarded. I mean, you're not going to give that extra effort that next time.
Yeah, and then, you know, even as a guard, I don't know the old school you came from, but if it's hard to get big men to play. So if you want to get them to play and keep them to play, give them the ball.
Got to feed them.
Especially when the defense is there.
Yeah.
Top side, a three, stripped the nets.
Good shot.
Caught it in rhythm in the shooting pocket and bottom out the three ball. Harrison Alexander for the Jazz. 22-20, 5:15 to go. Spinning, whirling dervish goes underneath and puts it off the window. Deontay Green. I see the upside of Deontay Green, man.
Yo, he's been really productive since I've been sitting over here. I mean, doing a lot of good things around the basket. Kept a few rebounds alive. Finishing well.
His upside is just high with him being with PSB Elite. They play on the Under Armour circuit. Jumper rolled off. And it's little things that you can pick up on just even when listening. I don't know if you were here when Chris Paul was here yesterday, but talking about the amount of dribbles. Now, if you heard him talk about that, why are you going to come out here and then do 15 dribbles?
Yeah, I hear you on that.
If it take you 15 to beat him, you're working too hard.
And that's coming from somebody who can handle the ball with the best of them. So if he's telling you that, it's for a good reason.
It's telling you that without even seeing you play.
Right.
Josh Sapp again scores. Greenville, South Carolina, representing. There's a drive and a float up with the left hand. He rolled it in there. Chance Westry. Westry out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. You gotta have them hands. You gotta have them hands.
I don't know how you manage it all, man. I don't know how you manage it. I'll tell you what, but that's a prime example right there. I mean, he got down the court and maybe 3 or 4 dribbles at the most, it seemed like. You know, straight line, just get it done. Jaden
Arline missed the jumper, but now put it back in. 90 is really playing well. Chance Westry, 6'3". We Are One basketball, and we know about We Are One. They've been very successful on the travel circuit. Rebound ripped off. Okay, he's putting his hands all over the game. Westry now in transition. Hesitates below the foul line, goes up. He was fouled. They didn't call it. Jump ball out of bounds. It will stay in possession of the Jazz. 26-26. Now, next time you hear somebody say, I don't have no hands.
Hey, listen.
One hand with the pen.
I've seen it for myself. And kept talking at that.
Pretty much. Multitask. Got to be versatile. I was a point guard, so, you know. Got to have fun with it. Oh, wasn't looking. A beautiful pass. He wasn't paying attention. Now, that's something that's just chemistry right there.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it was Chance with the delivery. Chance Wesley, kid you've mentioned 3 or 4 times in the past minute.
Mm-hmm. Put it down at the foul line. Goes up. It's not there. Trey Clayton is into the contest now out of Cedar Hill, Texas. Here's Justin Gordon. Throws it up with the alley and gets the oop on the other side to Marquise Washington. Washington out of Memphis East. Here's Westry again, knocked away. They've picked it up a little bit now defensively. Here they come in transition. Got numbers 3-on-1. Gives it off the window. Willie Fagan couldn't get it to go. Good board and holding it down, Jalen Higgins.
That's another one, man. If you weren't going to say it, I'm going to say it. That's another one in your book.
Hey, man, you're in the courtside seats, the expensive seats.
Oh, man.
You got to love them. I know you get courtside wherever you are.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Nice 3. Routed it right on down the milk crate. Kalen Goff Brown out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa Elite. Kalen with the 3 ball. Under 2 minutes to go, first half. They didn't update the score. Let's see. They may have just gave him 2, 28 all. Pass is stolen. Here they come up ahead. They'll get it right back. Now here's Gordon. Gordon going to drive left at his feet. Open. Corner. 3. The lefty couldn't get the roll. Underneath. Rebound out of the guard spot. Long lead pass. Here's Westry. Westry's going to go all the way. Layup. Good. He was contested, but they let him go. Chance Westry now. 6 quick points. And is impacting the game here in his stint. 30-28, Jazz with a 2-point lead.
It's your 4th year doing this, right?
4th year at this camp, yes, sir.
4th year at this camp. Is there any memory or any player that really stands out to you?
Cole Anthony.
Cole Anthony.
And Westry with that long pass dime delivery. Cole Anthony. Last year, Terrence Clark. And we see what he did in Boston this year and then did on the travel circuit. Oh, what's my man name? Little shoot dude. Cone. Cone from 2 years ago. He's probably about to be a junior now.
Jalen?
Jalen Cone.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very nice yesterday. Michi Johnson.
Okay. And I asked that question. I mean, just even some of the names you've mentioned, that just kind of shows some of the star power that's come through this camp before. And then, you know, you look a year or 2, 3 years later, and you see some of the success those guys have had.
Exactly. But I mean, I'm naming these guys, but Cole Anthony, you just saw it with him.
Right.
Like, you know, I worked with his dad down at Turner, and he walked in the gym. He's like, "Yeah, that's my son." It didn't take but 3 minutes, man.
Really?
And I was like, "Ooh, he's gonna be a problem." And there you see, he's a problem.
Yeah, no question.
At the half, 34-30. Ty and I'll take a quick break. We'll come back and give you the second half on the CP3 Rising Stars camp in Greensboro, North Carolina. The second half of the Grizzlies and the Jazz underway. Joel Hilsman, Ty Young, glad that you're with us. The SUVTV.com with the Greensboro Sportsplex in Greensboro, North Carolina, the CP3 Rising Stars National Camp. Jazz in possession first. They're in the white, and they hold a 4-point lead, 34-30, as the second half begins. Good rebound, swallowed up and put back in. Second chance opportunity. Jacob Wallace, 6'3", out of Bath, Michigan. He has 6 points in the contest, and we're playing high school ball at Williamston. Chandler Wells hands it off to Deontay Green. Oh, beautiful high-low action. The big man to the little man. Green with the assist. Chandler Wells with the hoop. Chandler Wells dimed it off. A 3-ball, front iron, no. Did everything except get the assist. And then there's Wallace underneath. Lost it. Rebound. Put it back up. Flipped it up. Good. That was a little lazy.
Right there.
Little Mike and drill, yeah.
How well they're able to pass it. We saw Deontay Green from the high post earlier. At least to me, that gives me, you know, some insight into how well you see the floor and what kind of feel you have, especially at this young age. Rashad Odom, I mean, it's got to be a bucket here.
Odom, but that was good defense, though. And so you can see, like right there, he didn't finish. Oh, beautiful pass, layup, good. Man, thread the needle. Dylan Williamson, the beneficiary, Lanham, Maryland. That's the WCAC, by the way. I know you guys, and I know each broadcast is different. It's not a broken record. Yes, the WCAC has that many hoopers in this gym. That's the Mather, Bishop O'Connell, St. John. You been to a WCAC game?
If I have, it's been a while.
Okay. It's, to me, the best league for high school in the country. I'm sorry. Odom, 16th league for high school in the country. I'm sorry. Odom, 16-footer. Good. He took his time. Shy Odom, very impressive so far. 8 points. Listed points listed at 6'6", out of Boston, Massachusetts. Joe Hilsman, Ty Young, glad that you're with us. Courtside from court 1. Jumper, it is short. Rebound comes off the Wells. From court 1. Jumper, it is short. Rebound comes off the Wells. Wells, long lead past the Green. Stripped it, it's Devin Carney. A 3-ball. He plays his travel ball with Team Durant.
Yeah, I don't know. They say we're all created equal. You see somebody like Shai Odom, I don't know.
Inside goes up. No. Good no call, though. Green contested him defensively. Wells, long lead pass. He had his head up. Good play. And Green was running.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, when you put it in perspective like that, if somebody walked through the doors not knowing what that is, they wouldn't think this was 14 years.
Would not. Would not. Drive up. Put back, follow. No. Rebound comes off. Here comes Carney. Carney now going to push it with the left hand. Carney going to go all the way left of the lane, gave it off. They cut the passing lane off. You're going to see those mistakes in an event like this, coming back all the way off the window. He scores. That's Harrison Alexander again. So Alexander now with 7 points in the contest. I'm impressed by Shai Odom, though. I see his upside.
Oh, yeah.
Drives. Oh, the reverse. Oh, did he break out a little Iceman Gervin going the other way? Man, he came long arms. Started on the right, finished on the left. Williamson not afraid of him, so he shows his versatility out defensively. Spins it in the corner. Wells defensively pushed. Out of bounds, got the foul. That was a beautiful move by Shai Odom. Got the foul. That was a beautiful move by Shai Odom. Odom now in double figures with 10. Boston Bobcats and Beaver Country Day where he plays. Williamson underneath and scores. Counted and the foul. So he's up to 7 points. 5'11" out of land. Try to go back to the basket in the Green. He's wanting to play with Green. Green underneath couldn't get off the floor in the foul.
I'll tell you what, you might have said this a little earlier, but Green and Odom together, I mean, that's going to cause a lot of problems for people today.
That's problematic, man. That is very problematic for them. Oozing with talent from the CP3 Rising Stars national count. Joe Hilsman, Ty Young. A little more than 5.5 minutes gone by. 47-39. The Jazz in white with the lead over the Grizzlies, who are in red. Here's Josh Sapp. Sapp gives it off, going to go baseline. Flipped it up and under. Could not get the score with Zaire Baines. But then putting it back in is Josh Sapp. Sapp out of Greenville, South Carolina. Drive up. Greenville has had its share of hoopers come through. Shammond Williams, of course, from Southside. Kevin Garnett, originally Malden, which is right outside of Greenville. I'll
tell you one thing I've also been impressed with here. There's been a few fouls, and a lot of that is just, some of it is guys playing hard. Some of it is guys just kind of still going into your bodies. There could be a number of reasons, but I haven't seen a whole lot of complaining about it.
No.
To the refs or even just the contact.
Every now and then I've seen, a question about a player, which I don't mind them questioning the ref, because then at the same time they're going to do that.
Right.
And the ref is going to say, well, hey, you had your hands on him or something. Learning experience.
Right, no
Trey Clayton got the hoop again, my boy out of Cedar Hill, Texas. Step back. 3. Golf Brown, bottom of the net. Kalen Goff Brown out of Tulsa now has dropped in a pair of triples in the contest. Here's Willie Fagan III out of bounds.
That was a pretty
turnover.
Shot there.
Yeah. Ball will go over to the Jazz, a turnover. Jazz operating quickly. Nice layup. No, he was fouled. He'll get the 2 on the other end. So Kalen Goff Brown feeling good. He's listed at even 6 feet. We'll be playing the high school game at Tulsa Central. Here's Marquise Washington again now. Washington gonna drive, stop, short corner, gets it back out now to Baines. Zaire had it tipped and knocked away still, but then stayed with it and deflected it, and that stopped the fast break. Jamaica, New York for Zaire Baines, 5'10", plays with Heat Elite.
Ooh, you could tell Chance Weston wanted that one.
Yes, he did.
Wanted that layup.
Yeah, he did.
Got a feeling he may try to get it back right here.
Westry in possession. Oh, nice move. Now keeps him off, goes below the foul line. Unselfish.
Yeah.
A dime drop, sharing and caring. Westry dimed it off to Wallace.
That's 2 good passes back-to-back for him. I've been really impressed with him this game. I think he's been one of the more consistent guys.
Jump stop. Willie Fagan goes through. I like what Jacob Wallace out of Bath, Michigan now quietly in the double figures with 12. And Westry has had a couple of assists and then drives and scores again. I like his length. He has 8 points, 6'3", but the wingspan possibly deceives you. Get that shot out of here. Nice defense. Jaden Arline. Nice defense. Jaden Arline. Here comes Westry again. And the thing, too, also, Ty, registration day, everybody gets weighed and height. Oh, he purposely went through the 5-hole on him. Sitting 7 feet away from us. We saw that jump stop in the lane floated. A tree was coming in, but the float still went in good. Nice float by Jaden Arline. He's in the book now. Team final is his travel team, Clementon, New Jersey. Westry went behind the back and got the assist. Oh, Chance, stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, that's at least 4 or 5 assists in the past couple minutes.
8 points, couple of assists, more than a couple. Bouncing around, shot is off, no good. They've opened up the lead now, 62-50 after that hoop there. The Grizzlies were in control and had a lead, but that has been evaporated, and a lot of it has to do with the young man bringing the basketball up now in Chance Westry, number 90. Tried to split the double team and did. Left his feet to pass. Gives it to Wallace. Wallace drives off the window and scores. Hey, Jacob Wallace, don't know if you had his name in the note section. He's earned it now. I want to see Washington come back a little bit. I think he's being challenged. Baines, a 3, no. Tip. Wallace comes away with the rebound. Up ahead to Westry. Westry going to go. Layup good. Yeah. The CP3 Rising Stars National Camp. Glad that you are with us courtside. Game 2 of 3 here in the camp games, and then we'll break for lunch and come back, and it'll be an All-American game, and we'll have a gym set all up for that. It'll be right here on SUV TV, the SUVTV.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at SUVTV. And I'm at Jay Hillsman, and that is a triple. Stripped the nets. Cedric Naga, 6'9" out of Scottsdale. Ty Young just went to his notepad and wrote that down.
I mean, I'm telling you, it's amazing how you can go from Chance Westry and Jacob Wallace, those guys sub out, and then in walk 6'9" Cedric.
Nice drive and float. Rylan Griffin out of Allen, Texas. Drive Nation. Drive Nation has been represented quite well here as well. Texas has been represented as well. Driving out of control. Got his own rebound, tipped and stayed with it. Despite all of that, Jalen Higgins, Fayetteville, North Carolina, Garner Road Bulldogs. You know, you asked me a question earlier about some other players I've seen. Carson McCorkle, who's now at Greensboro Day. I mean, he came in here and shot the absolute lights out of this place. Okay, and then winning the dunk contest like he belonged.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did a little bit of both?
He did a lot of both.
Okay.
He's now at Greensboro Day, travel ball with David West's Garner Road squad. So he was one. He's one that really stands out to me as well. Green, no good, swallowed up. Look at this. He's got the size, can put it on the floor. If he gets a steak and some potatoes and some biscuits, it's gonna be a problem.
It's over with.
Williamson was not ready for the pass. The turnover. I just seen what Williamson did with his shoes. You see that?
There you go.
Number 12. Take a look at it. You can't miss it. Here he come with the ball. Up ahead. Slam dunk.
You know what's funny? That seems to be a trend these days, huh?
I blame the three-stripe company for actually making it.
Around it, man.
Huh?
I can't wrap my head around it.
It's 2 different pass shoes.
Seems like it's here to stay, though, so.
Man, I can't do it. That's like the low cuts. I don't see how they play in the low cut. I couldn't do it, man.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
I don't care how good the tape job is.
I don't know. I may not be one to speak on it. I get injured walking to the bathroom these days.
Lord.
I may not be the right person, though.
Odom shows the range. Another 17-foot jump. It is solid. Shy Odom is not shy at all. Nice size, too. 3-ball. Pull up. No. Odom tip. Kept the read from Shy Odom. Tanner Wells, the 3-ball. Millersville, Ohio. Drive it in. Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you something about this Grizzlies team. They may be getting beat, but they are sharing the basketball.
Man, no question. We're thinking the same thing on that one.
Here's Edwards. Edwards with the jump as we go to the subs. The CP3 Rising Stars National Camp on SUV TV, courtside from Court 1, Joel Hilsman. Glad to be joined by the illustrious Ty Young.
Yeah, I'm just glad to be here, man.
Check out Ty's stuff.
Got a lot out of that Shy Odom and
haven't
Green
gotten enough. It looks like the rotation may not be even. Coach didn't even up the rotation because this Grizzlies team is better than being even. Coach didn't even up the rotation because this Grizzlies team is better than being down 11. But there is time. We just hit the 550 mark.
I see you hands ready on that.
I was worried about the best producer in the world not seeing it. Here's Wells. Wells gives it on the high low to Green. He turns the look to pass on that high low.
Yeah, absolutely.
Odom drive scoring. Let me get some butter with that roll shot. Odom, right hand, left side. Williamson now going to drive and flip it up. No, Green gets the rebound and secures it.
He's been getting in the paint quite a bit. He just hasn't been able to pull it off.
And as he grows, he was going a little too fast right there too. Open. 3, Carney. Oh, rallied right on down the milk crate. Devin Carney has shot the ball well in his time. He's been effective in this game. There's Williamson quickly down the court. Open 3, good, bottomed it out. Trey Clayton, Cedar Hill, Texas, another Drive Nation guy. You got, yeah, that's right. Here's the teammate situation. I didn't see it. Trey Clayton for the Jazz, and he's going up against his teammate Ryan Griffin for the Grizzlies.
I'll tell you what, not to take anything away from any of these guys on the court, but if you really just took both rosters and said, okay, I'm going to take the best 5 off of this team and the best 5 off the other one, this game will be unbelievable.
One of the things Mario, who'll be joining me, Mario Mays, you know Mario, I put him on the spot yesterday. This is also his first camp. Try to show the range. And I said, Mario, if you could take 12 players right now, and that be your varsity freshman team. But just think about that. You could take 12.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to go deep in the playoffs.
And be competitive.
Yeah.
We'll get some stuff done.
Up ahead, here's Westry. Chance goes up. He's got the long, wiry frame. He'll get the 2 points there. Chance 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 points. And what, roughly 5, 6 assists?
Yeah. I mean,
82-69. Go ahead.
If it wasn't for the subbing, I mean, he'd be an easy double-double today.
Very much, yep. And that's the thing. When you can do that in the allotted time, oh, nice shot. Took the dribble, came in to take an easier shot, just missed it. I like that, though, from Jacob Wallace. He has 12 in the from Jacob Wallace. He has 12 in the contest as well, representing the Mitten, Bath, Michigan.
He's one of those guys where if you're not paying attention, what he does can get past you. I mean, he may not be the most flashiest and athletic and all that good stuff, but in terms of production, he's second to none today.
Justin Gordon gets that finish there. He's from Milton, Ontario. Rise Prep will be playing this high school ball. That's another thing. While I've got you, what do you think about? And I know you've been here the last 3 days. You see the influx of the connection.
I'm sorry, Exxon from Australia. But you got a lot of good guys from a lot of different places. I think we've seen it's just turn
one way. Yeah. And made you think he was gonna go baseline and stop and pull the jumper. Really he missed it, but then gets that right there and set it up.
Yeah.
I mean, I think and RJ Barrett, what he's gonna do here at Duke. Being the biggest name for Canadian ball. But the Canadians, man, are really stepping up, especially that Toronto pocket, which is an adopted U.S. city unofficially. And it just goes to the growth of what the Raptors have done up there. And then they've got Raptors 905 in the G League. That's a layup is good. Trickle-down effect, which is why Seattle needs the basketball team back. There's a couple guys in here from Bellevue and from Seattle that have played very well. The Seattle Stars. Oh, nice cut. Nice find. Dump it off. They've been sharing and caring all night. Marquise Washington, his 6 point. They're getting beat pretty bad. 11 points in 90 seconds to go. But they have shared the basketball. 90 seconds to go. But they have shared the basketball. Wallace goes, stops. That's a travel. No call. Drives to the free throw line. Jumper is good. Got to his spot. Knocked it in this game.
There it is.
open. Arline, 3 is short. Rebound comes off the Sapp. Here comes Josh Sapp. Sapp in transition, gives it up ahead to Washington, who scores. They're getting beat, man, but they're
not stopping.
But they're not stopping them. But I'm just talking about the ball movement and the extra passing.
They're not stopping. Yeah, they're still going at it, full throttle.
Chance Westry again with the jumper. Final half minute, 90-80. We had one game get the yardstick here on court number 1. Rebound by Sapp, couldn't put it up. Out of the 9 games I had yesterday, 7 of them were decided by 6 or less points.
Wow. That shows how competitive it is, man. Guys are getting after it.
Westry pass, couldn't get that one off. Here's Sapp coming back this way. Final possession possibly in the corner. Wanted to pull it. Justice Gordon, no, drives. It's off. Tipped by Washington again, and that will count, and that'll be the final. So it is a 90-82 victory for the Jazz over the Grizzlies. Chance Westry really stood out along with Jacob Wallace for the Jazz. Shai Odom, Deontay Green, Marquise Washington, and Josh Sapp stood out for the Grizzlies. So the